Riding the school bus in Chanute, Kansas just got a lot safer for local kids, all thanks to this card. For the last half year, KDOT crews have been working on upgrades to the intersection of highways 400 and 69 right outside of Pittsburgh, Kansas. But will they be finished by the start of the new year? Could a coin flip decide the next commissioner of Crawford County? It may sound crazy, but it is possible. The High Tunnel here at Pittsburgh's Career and Technical Education Center has already provided more than 500 pounds of fresh produce to people in need in Crawford County, and they want you to get involved. It may not seem like an iPad and a horse have a lot in common, but over in Baxter Springs they are both valuable tools for teaching children with disabilities. Many communities have issues with property that either needs to come down or be repaired. But when that property lies in the heart of the city like Broadway Street, Pittsburgh officials took action.
Today, authorities began a water search. KOAM's Mike Mahoney joins us with details.
Dal, investigators in Oklahoma's Ottawa and Mays counties have been searching for Rogers on foot and in the sky since he was last seen. Today, they hit the water. The Grand River Dam Authority sent out 2 boats filled with their officers to search Grand Lake and Grand River for any sign of Mark Rogers. And this isn't the start of their participation in the Rogers search. They've also been assisting the Mays County Sheriff's Office with aerial searches.
We did a thorough search of the...
Major Howell says at this point foul play is not suspected. He also says that Rogers does not have a history of self-harm. Now, coming up on the KOAM News at 6, you'll learn how Rogers' father is assisting law enforcement.
KOAM's Mike Mahoney reached out to KDOT for answers. He joins us now from the Spring River Bridge.
Dow, the short answer is the bridge is closed and will continue to remain closed because there isn't a quick fix, and the solution could take more than a year. Dockery says a team is working on a plan to save the lane and save the bridge, but outside bids on that project won't happen until February, with work starting sometime in April. From there, it could take 6 to 9 months to complete the project. That means it could be 2020 before things wrap up. Coming up on the KOAM News at 6, we're going to hear from a couple who lives right next door to this bridge.
All right, Mike, we'll see you at 6.
Meteorologist Nick Kelly has your weather. Andy Ciateco's on sports. I'm Mike Mahoney, and this is your Fox 14 News at 9, and it starts right now. A suspicious fire destroys equipment used by the Joplin Miracle League. A shed that held bats, specialized balls, t-shirts, and the league's mascot suit burned late Saturday night around 11:30. A former deputy barricaded himself inside a bathroom inside an Arkansas sheriff's office last night. The suspect is now in custody. Claiborne County deputies say they arrested 45-year-old Jeffrey Todd Maxey without incident. Maxey, who was armed inside the bathroom, threatened to shoot himself and officers if they tried getting close to him. The standoff ended with the suspect surrendering after 4 hours of negotiations. Thank you, Zach. The campaign will feature a new survivor every month during 2019. And if you'd like to learn more, we've put a link on our website. That is KOAMnewsnow.com. All right, it's time now for a quick look at that first forecast, so let's toss things over to meteorologist Nick Kelly.
As advertised, Mike, it was just...
The new Congress is going about its business after being sworn in last week. But right now, there's one area of North Carolina that's not being represented in the House. Fox News correspondent Jonathan Seri takes a look. The fatal shooting of a young Texas girl was thought to be about race, but authorities now say Jasmine Barnes was not the intended target. Fox's Gernal Scott reports.
He loved his family. We all knew that to our core. He loved Pittsburgh, Kansas. Even 47 years later, people ask me, where am I from? I am from here.
On Monday morning, Pittsburgh's First United Methodist Church was filled with the family of Jack Overman, as well as many members of the PSU and greater Pittsburgh community.
I'll be honest, there are some times I feel a little jealous. You all got to spend more time with my grandpa, but I couldn't imagine a better community to have embraced him. Each and every time we've come back, you all make us feel like family.
Overman's son and grandson both gave touching eulogies to the former PSU student, cheerleader, and later in life Pitt State faculty member, who dedicated the majority of his 100 years on Earth to both Pittsburgh State University and the city it calls home. And many laughs were shared as friends recalled the good times with Jack.
I know personally I'll miss the hi, how are ya every time you came in and saw, even if he didn't remember you right away, he would soon.
The fond memories of Jack Overman were standard for any type of memorial service, but since Jack was PSU's #1 cheerleader, this service ended with a bang.
When we talk about what Pitt State or Pitt cheer means, I always reference back to Jack Overman. he is the cheerleader for Pittsburgh State.
When you think Pitt State cheerleader, you think Jack Overman.
Absolutely.
In Pittsburgh, Mike Mahoney, Fox 14 News.
I can grab tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, avocados, and all sorts of different veggies and fruits. There were even pineapples today.
Davina Reed sometimes turns to Wesley House in Pittsburgh to put food on the table. And she says the charity's partnership with the Career and Technical Education Center of Crawford County has made a huge impact on how she feeds her loved ones.
It makes me feel very blessed that I can come here and get fresh food. I also get food stamps, which is very limiting, so it's nice to get fresh garden veggies and sometimes even some fruit.
Those fruits and veggies are coming from here, the SeaTech High Tunnel, which functions similarly to a greenhouse. The High Tunnel was donated to SeaTech by K-State, and SeaTech decided they could use it to help Crawford County in more ways than one.
I'm trying to teach the kids to have a good respect for plants and for nature, and to understand the importance of learning this life skill, which is growing your own food.
SeaTech brought in Julie Ramage, the general manager of the Van Beesler Greenhouse, to teach students how to grow food and garden correctly. Now, students learn a priceless skill while producing healthy food for some of Crawford County's most vulnerable members. The vast majority of produce grown here goes straight to Wesley House, with more than 500 pounds donated in 2018 so far.
To see their faces when they get the fresh potatoes and tomatoes and peppers and things to that nature, they're absolutely delighted about it. So we love this partnership.
And SeaTech is optimistic their high tunnel gardening class will continue to grow. In Pittsburgh, Mike Mahoney, Fox 14 News.
It's our favorite place to come play.
Jessie Hudson is a mother of two who loves bringing her kids to Pittsburgh's Schlanger Park.
It makes me really happy as a mom that there's a safe and good place for the kids to come and learn and play, and just that they can, come here and just be in their own world and be themselves.
Thanks to an anonymous $150,000 donation to Everybody Plays, a group dedicated to enhancing Schlanger Park, this place to play is about to get some major upgrades.
This gift will allow us to proceed with the butterfly garden, with the musical component to the playground, and also start work on the shelter house that should come up. So we're going to be really busy for the next couple of years.
The butterfly garden actually will be starting next month. So the SeaTech Fort Scott Community College is going to be doing the masonry work, and they will break ground next month.
One of Jessie's daughters has autism, and these upcoming park projects are meant to enhance the play experiences of children with special needs.
That's the purpose of this whole project, is to make this inclusive so that people of all generations and all levels of ability or disability can play together in one space.
And that's an idea Jessie is definitely on board with.
Oh, I think it's a fantastic idea. They've been doing so many great things here lately, and I think that what you just described would be just a great place for all the kids to come play, especially, kids like Lacey, but just in general, I think it really boosts the community.
In Pittsburgh, Mike Mahoney, Fox 14 News.